Emily moves into room 733, only to experience eerie knocks, vanishing objects, and a terrifying shadow figure warning her to leave. But on her final night, as she wakes to find the closet door wide open, something is waiting inside. In 2009, Emily Carter, a 24-year-old graduate student, moved into a small off-campus apartment in San Diego, California. The building was old, originally built in the 1920s, and had a long history. Emily had no idea that the apartment had a reputation, especially her unit, room 733. Emily had just finished unpacking when she felt something was off. The apartment had a stale, musty smell despite being cleaned before she moved in. The air was thick, and the silence felt unnatural. That night, as she lay in bed, she was woken by a sharp knock on her closet door. She sat up, her heart racing. The closet was closed. She lived alone. Holding her breath, she waited, listening. Then another knock. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. Swallowing her fear, she grabbed her phone and turned on the flashlight, stepping toward the closet. When she swung the door open, it was empty. Over the next few days, the strange happenings continued. She would wake up to find the closet door open, though she always shut it before bed. Objects, her keys, books, even her toothbrush, would disappear and reappear in random places. The TV and radio would turn on by themselves at odd hours of the night, playing static. One evening, her best friend Lisa visited. Emily didn't tell her about the strange events, but as they sat watching a movie, Lisa suddenly shivered. "Did you feel that?" Lisa asked. "It's freezing in here." Emily frowned. "The heater's on." Lisa's eyes darted around. "I swear I just saw something in the hallway." Emily felt a pit form in her stomach. She knew exactly what Lisa meant. That night, Emily woke up again, this time to the sensation of someone standing over her bed. She opened her eyes and froze. A tall, shadowy figure loomed over her, its form darker than the surrounding darkness. She couldn't see its face, but she felt its gaze pierce through her. Paralyzed with fear, she tried to move, but couldn't. Her body refused to respond. The figure leaned closer, and a raspy whisper filled her ears. "Get out." Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished. Terrified, Emily began researching her building's history. What she found chilled her to the core. Room 733 had been the scene of a gruesome murder in the 1970s. A young woman, Julia Reeves, had been found dead in the closet, brutally strangled. The case was never solved, and local rumors suggested something sinister had happened to her before she died. Emily became obsessed, scouring old newspaper archives. She found one article describing how multiple tenants who had lived in room 733 experienced disturbing activity, seeing shadow figures, hearing whispers, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. Some even left after only a few days. Emily knew she couldn't stay any longer. She packed her things and prepared to leave the next morning. That night, she made the mistake of staying one last night. At 3:33 a.m., she awoke to the feeling of icy fingers brushing against her arm. Her breath caught in her throat as she turned her head. The closet door was wide open, and standing there was Julia. The figure of a woman, her face pale and gaunt, stared at Emily with hollow black eyes. Her lips parted as if to scream, but no sound came out. Emily leaped out of bed, grabbed her bag, and ran out of the apartment. She never returned.